Ever thought what the next step in your journey looks like? You made it to the end. Over 150 minutes of concepts, analogies, and real-world examples completed. Before we close, let us take stock of exactly what you built and what still lies ahead. This moment matters, because most people never get this far. Next step in your journey. That phrase is deliberate. A journey implies direction, and you now have one. You understand what data structures are, why they exist, and how real systems use them. That orientation is the prerequisite for everything that follows. 11 modules, each one representing a distinct category of how data can be organized and accessed. From the introductory hook to problem-solving patterns. You moved through the full conceptual arc of data structures in a single masterclass. That is the breadth of what you covered. Every single one of those structures was covered, not with syntax and code, but with intuition and analogy. You learned what each one is, why it was invented, and when engineers reach for it. That conceptual layer is the hardest one to teach, and you have it. But here is what this masterclass deliberately left out. And it is important you understand this clearly, not as a criticism, but as an honest map of where you stand. Knowing what you do not yet know is itself a form of expertise. First, coding depth. This masterclass never asked you to write a single line of code. No syntax, no debugging, no handling of edge cases or off-by-one errors. The translation from concept to working implementation is a separate skill, entirely, and it was not covered here. Second, advanced problems. No interview-style problem, walkthroughs, no time practice, no pattern recognition drills. Concepts are just the map. A map tells you the shape of the territory, where the mountains are, where the roads run, what connects to what. But a map is not the territory. The territory is where you actually build things, where you encounter resistance, where you develop real skill. The full course is the territory. This is the destination, not an ending. A handoff. Everything you covered in this masterclass was designed to bring you to this exact moment, prepared to go deeper. What comes next is not more conceptual overview. It is hands-on, implementation. First, problem solving. Led engineering education. You have built the foundations of data structures. Read that again. The foundations. Not a surface-level familiarity, not a vague awareness. A genuine conceptual foundation across 11 distinct structures. That is the credential this masterclass gives you. And it is a real one. Now go deeper into problem solving. The kind that happens under pressure in interviews on real engineering teams. Into implementations. Writing the actual code. Handling the edge cases. Debugging the off-by-one errors. Into algorithms and back-end engineering. Where data structures stop being concepts and start being infrastructure. Continue on Coursera. The button is there. The link is in the description. The next module begins exactly where this masterclass ends, with your first real implementation of the structures you understood conceptually. The gap between knowing and doing closes the moment you click. The foundations are set. That is a statement of fact, not encouragement. You covered the conceptual layer that most engineers take months or years to internalize through trial and error. You compress that into a single sitting. What you build next is entirely up to you. But you are no longer starting from zero.